right, looks like it's 8 o'clock, so I'm going to start this webinar. So tonight, it's night for me at least, we're doing Spooky2, cold laser, and PEMF. This is featuring the Spooky2 twin laser, Spooky2 wrist laser, Spooky2 PEMF, presented by me. I'm Heidi Gilman, and for Spooky2. All right, little introduction. My name is Heidi Gilman. Welcome to this webinar. My background is in the healing work. I've had my own practice for the last 23 years called Harmony for Body, Mind, and Soul. And my whole journey started with my own healing about 27 years ago from very severe illness. And that led me to go into the work of the healing arts. So my training has been in several types of body work, some which include the concepts of traditional Chinese medicine. I also have training in hypnosis, emotional healing, energy healing, intuitive work, lots of different energy healings. And now I've added the Spooky2 Rife healing in the last about 3.5 years. Currently, I'm mostly doing intuitive work with energy healing as well as helping people with Spooky2 Rife healing. The more I learn about Spooky2, the more I'm using it. So I encourage everybody to just keep learning. Otherwise, I enjoy time with my family, gardening, enjoying nature, and tending to all my furry animals. Spooky2 has been a really important part of my healing process, and I'm hoping to help others see that it can be beneficial for their healing too. That's why I'm doing this webinar. So the topics of the webinar are going to be general information about Spooky2 cold laser and PEMF coil, setup for using Spooky2 cold laser wrist and twin cold laser, how to use cold laser wrist and twin cold laser with Spooky2 software, setup for Spooky2 PEMF coil, how to use PEMF coil with Spooky2 software, and then suggestions for using cold laser on acupuncture points as an energy balancer. And then I'll answer questions if I'm able. All right, to start out with, this is Spooky2 twin and wrist lasers. They are compatible with the Generator X or the X Pro. So if you're ordering a Generator X now, it's called X Pro. Previously, it was called Generator X. So it's really the same type of unit, but the X Pro is the upgraded version, or the XM generators, which are the blue ones. It requires a Windows-based computer loaded with Spooky2 software. There are laser accessories that can be purchased separately and are included in some Spooky2 generator kits. Some of the kits that are included, I know, are like the Essentials kit. If you look at the kits, it'll list if it includes the laser or the PEMF coil with it. So now we're going to go over what is the cold laser. A cold laser shines light energy at your skin, which penetrates into skin and tissue. The cold laser wrist has 5 milliwatt, 650 nanometer lasers, and the twin cold laser has 2 7 milliwatt, 650 nanometer lasers. The cold laser does not cause heat, sound, or vibrations. It is called cold because it is a low level of light and it's not enough to heat your body tissue like a surgical laser. So these are quite safe to use. It's absorbed by target cells and tissues. So it's absorbed by the cells and the tissues that you're shining it on. It can be harmful to the eyes. The lens in the human eye focuses the laser into a spot and it can burn the retina. Very, very important to please remember to protect your eyes. Don't ever play with a laser and shine it at somebody. It can really be detrimental to your eyesight to play with lasers in that way. The benefits of using the cold laser therapy. Cold laser is known to reduce pain and inflammation. It increases the blood circulation, which promotes healing. It increases oxygen on a cellular level, which of course also promotes healing. It increases regenerative abilities. So being able to regenerate skin, regenerate tissue. It can stimulate circulation around nerves. So that can also be helpful for nerve healing. It can be useful to break up scar tissue, which is very important. Scars can cause energy blockages as well. Like if you have a scar from a surgery or an injury that runs through meridian channels, it can block the energy of the meridian channel. Also blocks just the flow of your lymph and you know, other things that are flowing through your body. So scars are kind of something that you want to work on. It can help promote wound healing, and it can stimulate the production of new collagen and help smooth the skin. It can also help with dental pain, carpal tunnel, nail fungus, and more. I've actually been using it for carpal tunnel on my wrists, and it has been quite helpful. Some cautionary notes for the laser therapy is do not shine the laser lights in your eyes. We talked about that. Do not allow children to play with the lasers, the Spooky2 lasers. You know how children are, they, like to shine lights and everything, so they could very easily shine that in another child's eyes or their own. Do not use Spooky2 cold laser in wet areas. Do not use other devices to control your Spooky2 besides what's recommended, and do not use cold laser over any cancerous spots. The reason for that is because it promotes the growth of the tissue and the regeneration of the tissue, and you don't want to promote growth in the cancerous tissue. And then do not use cold laser over your thyroid. That's always been kind of a just a contraindication. Connections for twin and wrist laser. So now we're going to go over these connections. So the first picture is the generator X with the twin laser. These two little lights here are your twin laser lights, and you attach the twin laser directly to out 1 right here of your Spooky2 generator X or XM generator. And the next picture is the Spooky2 wrist laser. Now this is going to go directly into out 1 again, and now we're using the XM, but these are interchangeable. You can use the wrist on the generator X, you can use the twin on XM generator. So it's still connecting into out 1. The twin laser and the wrist laser can both be used on generator X or XM generators. Okay, now we're going to look at the PEMF coil just to basically look at PEMF here. The PEMF use is compatible with Spooky2 generator X or the XM generators. It requires a Windows-based computer loaded with the Spooky2 software. The PEMF wand can be purchased separately, and it is included in some of the Spooky2 generator kits. All right, I'm just going to check the questions real quick and make sure there isn't anything about this. Okay. How do you use cold laser to reduce inflammation and increase circulation in your feet? I can talk about that. You can put it on your feet, but I'll show you that later too. Can the cold laser be used over near your heart? I'm always a little apprehensive. You can see what Spooky2 has to say about using anything right over your heart. And then you can use these devices on your pets as well. I have used them on my pets. Okay. Now we're going to talk about what is the PEMF therapy. So PEMF is pulsed electromagnetic field. It's an electronic field that is given for a short period of time. There's a regular change in frequency, intensity, and waveform. These energy waves work with your body's natural magnetic field. These energy waves influence electrical changes on a cellular level and influence cellular metabolism, which is creating new molecules and breakdown and removal of the old. So it just, once again, the PEMF is another way to increase your body's healing abilities that your body has naturally, and we're helping it to use those abilities to heal again. Okay, so this promotes healing by increasing your body's natural vitality. PEMF is positive. EMF is negative, and that's what we hear about, you know, the EMF being so negative, so it's not to confuse the two. EMF are disruptive impulses that change cellular atoms and alter the DNA. PEMF therapy is approved by FDA. And then here are the benefits of the PEMF therapy. PEMF can stimulate most cells, including muscle, ligament, cartilage, and nerves. So very healing for injury once again, bone, like a break, very healing for bone break as well. It increases blood and lymphatic circulation. So anytime, once again, that you're getting your blood flowing better, that increases healing. Lymphatic circulation, and remember that the lymphatics carry away the debris. We want to be able to carry the debris away, so that increases healing. It can realign electricity in your cells, allowing positive body communication. I noticed that when I started using the PEMF, I was using it on my lower abdomen, and I remember just that feeling of just like feeling kind of this overall better feeling, not anything to do with just working on the abdomen area that I was working on. It was just like an overall better feeling throughout. So you could use PEMF in that way by picking some programs for just cellular vitality and such for just better overall feeling. It promotes faster recovery from injury. It reduces pain and inflammation. It promotes bone healing. It can improve sleep. And I did notice that when I was using it, that I slept like extremely peaceful that night this is when I first started using it for something. I noticed that as well. It has a calming effect and it may help anxiety. It is used for general pain, musculoskeletal issues, fibromyalgia, arthritis. This is another feature that is that you can use like on your hand, your wrist, or such for arthritis. And someone was asking about feet on both the laser and the PEMF. You can put that on your feet to help with pain, arthritis, or just in general pain in the feet. The frequencies can be imprinted through the coil into water. So people have wanted to imprint frequencies into their water. And you can use the coil by putting a glass of water on the coil and imprinting frequencies into the water. So some of the frequencies I like to imprint in water, I have actually more used just my generator with the TENS pads on the water, but I like to use energy vitality and the 7 chakras. And I put those into water, and it always helps me to have an energy boost. So these two devices are just they're just another benefit to the whole Spooky2 system, another benefit of another way to find healing that you can do self-healing with. So there's some cautionary notes for the PEMF therapy. Do not use PEMF device during pregnancy. Do not use if you have a non-MRI safe IUD. Do not use with people or animals that have organ transplants. Do not use with people or animals that have pacemakers, hearing aids, medical pumps, or other electrical implants and devices. So these are just kind of general precautionary things. It is safe to use with non-magnetic metal rods, screws, and plates that are safe for PEMF use. If an implant is safe for MRI, it's safe for PEMF coil. Okay, now we're going to show you the connection for the PEMF device. The PEMF wand is connected to the Spooky2 boost on the high power port. So here's your boost, and you just plug your boost in. Now this can be on the generator X Pro, or this can be on your XM generator. And then here is the high power port, and you just connect it right at the high power port. It comes with this little connector device here that you plug in. And here's just a close-up picture of it connected right to that high power port there. And these connections are just You just slip them on and you twist, and that's how they connect. So central, if you're using a central unit, it does not need the Spooky2 boost. But these also, they can be used for both the generator X, X Pro, and XM generator. Okay, so now I'll just check questions real quickly here and see if there's anything. Okay, someone was asking about the impression you can use the twin lasers in the mouth or teeth, but it says not to get them wet. Yeah, you can use them in the mouth and teeth. I think you don't want to submerge them in water, but you know, just maybe try not to, like, you know, spit all over them or something. But I have used them on my teeth and stuff. So, okay. All right, we talked about the hard thing already. All right, I'm gonna put that on small. Okay, so we are going to talk about running the Spooky2 laser. There's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can run the laser. So you can click on, first of all, we're going to go to your main menu here. I can go through this on the software afterwards, but we'll go through this here. So you go on the main menu and you're going to hit your presets. This is just very simple. And then the two ways you can do it. Way number one is you can click on miscellaneous in the presets. And the miscellaneous is going to have some already loaded presets. So here is laser acne, laser ear infection. You can use either of those. This offline one is for if you have generator X offline, but just choose one of these two. And then you can go to your control and select your generator after that. So that's 2 steps there. And these can be used, this laser acne and ear infection can be used for other things. They don't have to just be for acne or ear infection. All right, the second way is to click on, now you're back in presets again, and you can click on shell empty preset to create a specialized program, like in this picture. And then it's going to take you to this next screen. So this is a continuation of a shell empty preset. When you get to the next screen, you have these choices. So you're still in presets. And then you're going to click on Spooky Cold Laser. And so after the shell empty preset, you will see this. You click on Spooky2 Cold Laser. On the right side of your screen, you're going to see notes. So this is a shell preset for Spooky Cold Laser. And then it talks about it if you want to read through that. But you will see that on your screen. Then next, you're going to choose your own program. So we'll go to the next slide. And you're selecting programs for your laser treatment. Now you're going to go to the Programs tab on your software. And you click on that. And then you're going to search for programs. So you can type something in the search bar. The example I was using here is allergy. It works really good to use those twin lasers for allergy. And so then you can go through and you can choose whatever programs you like. I chose blood purification and allergy general. So to choose them, you just double click on them and they will go into your loaded programs box down here. So I have 2 of them selected, blood purification and allergy. Now you can see how much time it is next to it. So on the allergy general, it shows you that it's 30 minutes. And the blood purification, it will show you, if I had the screen bigger here, it would show you, it'll show you on the next time when it gets to control how long it's going to run for. Okay, so now these frequency programs will be running with the laser as the delivery method. So you're running the frequencies through the laser as the delivery method. Now you're going to go to the control tab up on top here, and you click on that. You're going to pick out what generator you're going to use. So on my screen, there was 3 generators that were hooked up. And you will click on the little overwrite generator box. It looks like I was choosing generator 4 right here. And you will click on that. Now it's going to show you your estimated time up here. So this estimated time for these 2, blood purification and allergy general, is 33 minutes. So I believe the blood purification was 3 minutes then. And the allergy general was 30 minutes. You know, if you wanted to have more time with blood purification, you could just click on blood purification, like double click it 3-4 times, and then you'll get a longer time for it to run blood purification. So this is going to keep repeating until I stop it. All right, so then you click on the generator that you had your laser device connected to. Example here is 4. So once again, overwrite generator, click on 4, click on start. Now the generator button on number 4 will turn green and the laser will start to run. You'll see red light on the laser. It will start to run those selected program frequencies. See, now the twin laser is running on generator 1, port 4. The twin lasers, now this could be on the XM generator as well. It doesn't have to be on a generator X. And the twin lasers, they could be used in your nostrils or in your ears for symptoms of allergy. This works really good. The membranes in your nasal cavity in your ears are very absorbent and thin. And so it works, and the blood flows through, you know, your nasal cavity. So it works really good for using it for things like allergy, sinus, you know, ear things, stuff like that. So the same process would be used if you were using the wrist laser attachment. You would go through the same process. An example for wrist laser application would be using blood purification programs, and then you could put that wrist device on the underside of your wrist so that the light is shining right where the blood vessels are on the underside of your wrist. And that way it's gonna treat like your blood so that it, you know, helps purify your blood. Or you can use muscle pain or trauma injury programs, trauma injury healing programs. And then you could put that wrist device, like strap it on your arm or your leg or your wrist or wherever it is that you're having muscle pain and injury. Okay, so now we're going to run the software. I'm going to see if there's any questions here that I should look at for that. Okay, we talked about that already. Radiation burns after cancer therapy. I believe that it would be good for that. I believe that I have heard of somebody who did that. Neurology in the legs, I believe it would be good for that. Okay, single coil and the single coil quad coil. The quad coil, I believe that is for the little individual handheld. It's not connected to the Spooky2. It's the individual PEMF device that's sold separately. Okay, cancer at the back of the tongue. So you don't want to use the laser right on the cancer. How often should you treat an injury? You know, that's really up to you, but you could, you know, if you want to just do it once a day, you could do it once a day. If you want to do it twice a day, if you have the time, you know, it's pretty much what you have the time to do. I don't think that you can really, you know, if you're doing it for say 30 minutes or something like that, I don't think you can really overdo it on the treatment with these two healing devices, because what they're doing is they're bringing healing into your tissues and just helping your body to do its own healing job. The PEMF one, you would just put it on the area that you want to bring some healing to. And is the PEMF the same thing as structuring water when you imprint the water? It is very similar to structuring water, yes. Can cold laser regenerate gum tissue? I have read that is true. Okay. Old version of Spooky2 software, what is the best update to use instead? I've heard some are better than others. You know, I'm not sure about that. I just keep updating when the new software comes out. So I haven't had too much problems with that. I know some people say that the new version hasn't been working well for them or something, but I usually update, not always right away, but usually within probably a month or something. I have not had too much problems with that. Yes, you can run a laser program while you're in the scalar field. Okay. How long do you run the treatments? I would just run the treatment for like 30 minutes or something. You know, it depends upon how, if you're picking a treatment that like this last one I picked is 33 minutes, but you don't have to run it for an extended long period of time. Spring allergies, me too. And it works really well. Like this blood purification and general allergy works really well. Putting them in your nose and your ears. You can put it in your nose for a little bit, then you can put it in your ears. Okay, so we'll go back to the presentation here. Okay, let's see. There's two ways to run the PEMF. So now we're going to go to the PEMF. Very simple, once again, to run both of these. So way number one, we're going to go to that presets tab. And you can click on miscellaneous. Now you're going to get these options, and then you'll click on coil. And then once again, you can go to the control tab and select your generator. And that's going to be a preset that's already preset for you. I believe it says something like eczema when you click on it. But once again, that can be used for other things, not just eczema. All right, the second way is to create your own program, specialized program. So this is like on the picture on the right here, where same as we did with the laser, you're going to go to the presets tab, and then you're going to click on shell empty preset. Now in the presets tab again, and you come up with these options, and you're going to click on Spooky Coil. And here you will see the notes box again, shows up with that has information about the coil. Just notice that it says the side marked BN should be placed against your skin. All right, so now we're selecting programs for the PEMF treatment. As an example, I just put in this, here's the search box. Once again, I put in injury because it's good for helping to heal injuries. And then I chose accelerated injury healing. I like that one. I know there's many things you can use, but I like to use this one. Seems like it works well. So I double clicked on that. That's the only one I put in. So it's just going to keep repeating, but you could choose many other things. You could choose, if you put in injury, you're going to get so many things to choose from. And there's things like, you know, muscle pain and bone pain, all kinds of other things. So you can choose whatever it is that you feel would be relevant. Okay, so now we're running that selected program for PEMF. And we're going to go to the control tab. And you click on control. Now you're going to click generator over right here and select your generator again. So it looks like I selected generator 3. Now that would be the one that you have your PEMF coil connected to. Then you're just going to click start. And the accelerated injury program is now running with the PEMF as a method of receiving the frequencies. So you can see here that it's only 3 minutes that the accelerated injury program runs, but it's going to continue to repeat it. Now you could have a list of maybe 5 different things here that it's going to run through as well. Totally whatever you decide you're going to choose. And you know, you can just try different things. If you don't get results with one thing, try something else the next time. All right, so this is something that I just added because I use acupuncture points a lot. The type of body work that I do is Shiatsu, and it's based on the principles of acupuncture, and it's using the meridian system, balancing the meridian system. So acupuncture points can be really effective to stimulate, and it's just another way of accessing the healing that your body has ability to do on its own. So acupuncture uses specific needles at specific points along energy meridians on the body to activate and remove blockages of that chi energy in the pathways. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with acupuncture, but an acupuncturist has very specialized ways of balancing your chi and energy and removing excesses or bringing more energy in. You know, they're very specialized with this, but you can use some of these acupuncture points just to help bring healing and energy to those acupuncture meridians. So it can be helpful to use Spooky2 laser along the meridian pathways and acupuncture points. And this might help to relieve pain and also just bring energy and balance the body. I really like to use those little twin lasers on acupuncture points because they just are perfect for putting them right on those acupuncture points. So here are some common acupuncture points that might be helpful for you to try to stimulate. I did not use any charts on here because I didn't want to steal anybody's information off the internet. But you can find these points and you can find acupuncture charts, or if you just look up large intestine 14 on the internet, you're going to find a picture of where it is and how to find it. So these are just some of the common points and what they can be used for. And I think I chose one from every meridian, but the large intestine 4, this is a very common one that's used by that finger and thumb in that little area where your finger and thumb come together on your hand. And this is a pain point, inflammation, headaches, very effective for, you know, pretty much general pain. And you can just shine the light right on that for, you know, a couple minutes or something and just see if you get relief with that. Stomach 36 is used for pain, inflammation, tired legs. This is a point on your legs, improved energy. This is another point that is a general body tonic point as well. It's kind of one of those good for everything points too. So once again, you know, you can just shine your light on that and put it right on your skin on the acupuncture point. Now, when you see the pictures and get the information of where these points are and you palpate, they're usually kind of tender. So, and don't worry so much if you're not right there, but you can usually find them because they're usually tender. Then the lung 7 is used for headaches, sore throat, stiff neck, allergy, asthma, wrist disorders. It's on your wrist. Oh, I'm sorry. I have stomach 36 on here twice. Sorry about that. It's an important point. Okay, spleen 6. Spleen 6 is used for digestive disorders, immune system, energy and hormonal disorders. This is on your leg, down by your ankle area. Then the gallbladder 20 is used for cold and flu. It's on the back of your head, neck area, headache, neck pain, fever. It's also one of those points like if you're toxic, feeling toxic feeling, it's good to use that to stimulate. Liver 3 is on your feet. And it's used for headache, stress, emotional balance, stiff neck and shoulders, menstrual difficulties. This is another point that's one of those really good for a lot of things point, but very helpful for stress and headache stress. Excuse me. Pericardium 6 is used for heart palpitations, nausea, vomiting, emotional stress. It's on the wrist. And heart 7. Heart 7 is used for heart issues, sadness, insomnia, agitation, fatigue. Urinary bladder 40 is used for back pain, leg pain, abdominal pain, and nausea. Excuse me, I have some allergy stuff going on myself. Kidney 3 for dizziness, tinnitus. Insomnia, low back pain, sore throat. Kidney 27 for sore throats. Back and chest pain and tightness. It helps with breath, fear, and general vitality. Triple burner 5 can be used for issues in the hands, arms, neck, head, and also to calm. Small intestine 3 for emotional issues, stiffness, neck pain, fever, and night sweats. Governing vessel 20 can be used for headaches, vertigo, ringing in the ears, and nasal issues, and conception vessel 12 for abdominal pain and reflux. So just something else that you can experiment around with and use it to bring some relief. So here's something else that I like to do that is just kind of I call it just a tune-up. So here's some ways I've used Spooky2 Cold Laser Twin for body balancing. Applying healing frequencies through Spooky2 Twin Laser and running it along the urinary bladder channel on both sides of the spine. So this is the spine right here. If you go about 2 finger widths out on each side, this is the urinary bladder channel. You can Google this and you can see there are many points along there that relate to our organs and our functions in our body, called shoe points. And you can just run your lasers along there and give those little points a tune-up. It's very relaxing. Some of the programs that I've used are healing, Schumann resonance, peace, harmony, feel good overall. And then when you're done doing that, you can just run it along in your ears, just the whole area of your ears, your hands, and your feet all have reflection points to all the organs of your body. So you can use these healing frequencies transmitted through Spooky2 Twin Laser to address, you know, your whole body really between those points along your back, which I know you can't do yourself. You have to have someone help you with that, but you can do the ears, your hands, and your feet. There again, there are charts for these that show where the different organ relationships are for ears, hand, and feet. I just didn't want to copy my charts because I know that they're copyrighted, protected too. But you can easily look that up. Okay, so I'm going to look at some questions now before we go on to this. See if there's anything else here that we need to discuss. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to go back up and see if there's anything I missed here. Okay. Would I need to adjust the amp the frequency if I use PEMF coil on? Is like, I don't think so. I've used the coil and I've used the laser on my pets and I haven't adjusted anything. Of course, always be sensitive to what your pet is kind of telling you by how they feel. Okay. My son has plates and screws in his arm from a double break a year ago. I think you can use the laser with that. Yeah, I think that the laser is safe to use with that. Right. For the wrist laser to reduce. Okay, we talked about that. Not using the laser on the cancer area. Now you could use it on some other parts of your body to help bring, you know, energy into your body and just promote general good feeling, healing, but not right on the area where the cancer is. The wand, I think I said that before, you just hold it on the area with the BN side touching your skin. Okay. Okay. If the lasers are fixed wavelength light, how do the programs alter the laser output, like amplitude? I have to be honest and tell you I don't know about that. And that would be something to ask Spooky2. You can use the laser inside the scalar field. So the spring allergies, once again, I would suggest using blood purification, and then there's a lot of different allergy. If you go to your search bar, there's a lot of different allergy ones you can try. There's just like allergy general, but there's also like pollens, and there's you know, several of them to try different ones. Okay, do you need to be concerned about looking at the laser light from the side? There are little glasses that come with it, and some dark glasses that you can wear so that you're not getting that light right in your eyes. What would be best for frozen shoulder? I would try that injury healing one that accelerated injury healing. But I do believe also if you go into the search bar, there is a frozen shoulder series of frequencies. Can PEMF or laser be used for jaw pain on someone who has braces? For sure, you can use laser. Okay. PEMF or cold laser for liver cirrhosis? Well, you could probably just try both of them and see which one you're finding more relief from. It's just different ways of bringing a healing energy into your body. So, everybody's going to be different about this. What works better for one person, laser, for someone else, PEMF might feel better for them. Okay. Arthritis in the neck with the laser and dermatitis of the scalp, being careful to protect the eyes, yes. Okay, these lasers are not to be used with the Hiwi. The Hiwi is its own separate unit. Okay. Someone asked about a cat having a tumor on the side of the head. It's not cancerous. I would try. Well, you could try looking up tumor and just use something that comes with that. Or you could just try the general laser, doing it the first way, where you're just doing it through the miscellaneous laser. Try either or. What programs you use when placing the twin laser on the acupuncture points? You can choose anything you want. I gave some suggestions on there. I can go back to that in a minute and go over that. You can try anything you want, but I like these ones that are kind of like for have healing frequency, just general healing. And the acupuncture points that I put there are just suggestions, If you're familiar with acupuncture, you could try the things, but those are just some points that I know are just good for healing a lot of things. The numbers with each meridian that I'm saying, that's a specific point on that meridian. And if you just Google it, it's going to show you a location. Okay. Someone is asking, you can't use laser on cancer, but the link mentions skin cancer only. I don't think that you're supposed to use a laser on an area that has cancer. And that might be something you want to look into a little bit more, but that's my understanding is you don't want to use it on an area that has cancer. Yes, laser therapy is good for neuropathy. How long do you stay along the sides of the spine? It's along the sides of the spine with the twin lasers. I just go down rather slow, just really slowly moving down on either sides of the spine. Now you could do this 2-3 times. There's never a certain time that you have to use, but that's the way I do it, is just run down those either sides of the spine, just slowly running, going down, and then do that maybe like 2 more times. A lot of times people will say it's very relaxing. Yeah. Can you use the twin lasers with reflexology on the feet? Yes, I have done that. So the reflexology on the feet, if you look that up online, you're going to see a reflexology chart. So if you've got something going on, like once again, the allergies, I don't know, I just keep bringing that up because it's kind of allergy season here right now with the melting snow and the buds budding and everything. But then you can access the areas on your feet that are like lung, sinus, you know, that type of thing. But if you have something going on with a different organ like kidney or whatever, you want to strengthen your kidney, then you can shine it on the kidney area. Yeah, you could use the coil on meridian and acupuncture points as well. You can even run, you could even run the laser along the whole meridian channel, just, you know, slowly run the meridian channel just to kind of give it some love and energy and wake it up a little bit. I have a long knee scar. Do I run it along or pinpoint using it? I would once again either slowly run it along or just kind of let it set on the scar and then move it a little bit and let it set on the scar again. Do it that way. What protocol would you use for tinnitus? I would try two different things. I would try just the general laser, where you're going into miscellaneous and you're hitting laser, and I would try that first. And then I would see what kind of results you get from that. And then I would go to where you're designing your own program and you're going to where you pick out your own program, and I would actually look up tinnitus and try to run some programs of tinnitus through there. You can rewatch the webinar. It'll be available for replay after a short while. And I believe that they put it on their well, the Spooky2 website has a place where their videos are, but also their YouTube channel. Okay, should we close laser with the cap on or off? I think you're talking about those little little rubber caps that go on the ends of them. Those are like for sanitary. If they do fall off, that's okay. And you know, you can always gently clean the end of your laser. But I believe those are kind of for sanitary. Yes, you can cover the larger PEMF mat with a softer fabric. Can laser be used for osteoporosis of the jaw? Yeah, you can use laser in osteoporosis. Okay. Someone's asking about cleansing their blood and they have cancer. Leukemia. I don't know how to answer that honestly. Like, I think that would be ask Spooky2 customer service about that. And then, you know, if it was myself, I would want to cleanse my blood, but I would ask them because they will have, I have not used that. I'm not familiar with that. So I would ask them how they've handled that in the past. Don't like to give information to people about things like cancer if I don't know for sure. Okay. Okay, when using the Spooky2 laser for acne in the face, should the laser touch, you can touch the face with your, yes, you can touch it on your face. Just be careful of your eyes. Once again, wear the dark glasses and don't shine it in the eyes. The PEMF mat had the same effect. Yes, it is the same. It's the PEMF energy. Okay, is it okay to run cold laser from the programs on the Gen X Pro? Yes, you can run programs. You can look up programs to run through the cold laser on the Gen X Pro. The list of acupuncture points and their benefits that you suggested. Okay, it will be on the replay, but if you want the list and you want to email me, my email is on here and I can send it to you. Can you use blood purification for solid cancers? Will circulating cancer cells get everywhere? I'm just not sure how to answer that. I think I would have you ask Spooky2 what their feeling is about that. Okay, general guidance on, and same with the PEMF on the benign tumors. Is there general guidance on how many times to try a program before you say it's not having an effect? Just kind of use your intuition on that. I would say 3 times. And if you feel like you're not having an effect in 3 times, then just try something different. You know, everybody's different. And this is all like this healing device. It's such a great healing device. And there's so many things you can do with it. Now, this PEMF and this cold laser is just one little aspect of all the things that you can do with your Spooky2. And everybody is so individual that it really is a, you know, like you want to be your own detective and you want to try things. I always say get a notebook and write some things down, like what kind of results you feel like you're having, if something is working or isn't working, because sometimes it's hard to remember and then to go back and think, did that work or did that work? And if you write down kind of where you're at before you start, then you can make a reflection to that, because you know, we feel pain and we remember pain or discomfort or irritation. But when some of those start to go away, then a lot of times we don't even remember that we had them. And so then you can look back and you can say, oh, I guess it did help this because this was feeling this way. Okay. Okay, where do we order accessories like the adapter and the replacement twin covers? If you go to the Spooky2 website and if you go into if they're not listed right there, there's always someone that you can communicate with there by messaging. They will direct you how you can order replacements. Okay, can you connect PEMF and cold laser on one generator when imprinting water? Well, if you had a generator X that has actually 2 generators in it, then you could. Okay, would the laser be good for rheumatoid arthritis? Yes, the laser is very good for rheumatoid arthritis. Thinning hair. I am not sure how you would use it for thinning hair. I know lasers are good for thinning hair. I suppose you could just take the laser and you could run it, you know, on your scalp, if you wanted to, but I know lasers are very good for thinning hair. Okay, would it be better to run the laser for MS or the plasma light? Well, that's 2 different ways of healing. That plasma light is their most powerful system for healing, but laser is just another way of bringing healing to your body, of bringing healing to your vessels, your blood, your circulation, which all promotes healing. So it's 2 different ways of bringing healing to your body. Okay, PEMF on a tumor. I would like you to ask Spooky2 about that. Just because with cancer, I'm always very, I don't want to give a wrong answer. Okay, can you use the standalone? I have not done that, I have to be honest. I'm pretty sure that you can, but I just haven't done it because I got to think about this. Because I don't use standalone very often. I have a nice little table set up right by my equipment, so I don't use standalone very often. Can use, okay, in standalone mode. All right. I think you could though. TMJ with laser. You could put it, those 2 little twin lasers would work really good to put them right on those TMJ joints that you have. Accelerated injury healing, any of them for stress and tension release, the programs for stress and tension release, muscles to relax. Because a lot of times that TMJ is getting jammed up because there is so much tension in there. And then you get inflammation in there. Just inflammation is another one that would be really good that you could use. The laser for varicose veins, I do believe that it would be helpful for varicose veins as well. Okay, promotes healing. So, you know, any way you want to use it for promoting healing. All right, I will just see if there's anything else here. Look in the chat, and then I can go to the software and go through a couple things. Okay, periodontal disease for laser. There again, you run it along in your mouth, the gum line, and you could choose some programs in your search bar that are appropriate for that. Go up to the beginning here. Okay. Yeah, you can put the twin laser along your gum line. I know it says not to get it wet, but just be careful that you're not like putting tons of saliva on it. All right. Okay, how does Spooky2 neuropathy, hands and feet? Yes, very, very helpful for neuropathy. You just would, and you would just put it right on your hands or right on your feet. You could try both PEMF and you can try the laser as well. Now there for your hands and feet, you could use that wrist laser and put it on your hands or your feet, or you could try the PEMF. Now there are programs for neuropathy in your search bar that you could try to run through there. Okay. Can you put the cold laser directly on an arthritic joint? You can put it around an arthritic joint. Once again, just be mindful about anytime that you're feeling something that doesn't feel comfortable, then try something else. So if you're finding that it feels uncomfortable, then either try a different frequency or try moving out away from it a little bit. PEMF or cold laser for Bell's palsy, I haven't used that, but that certainly would be something to try. Okay. I think that's okay. Just making sure there isn't anything else here that's shouldn't need to order another cable. It should come with what you need. Is it PMF just like the Miramate Mini? It's a similar, it's, you know, it's different, but different build, but the PEMF is the same PEMF frequencies. Okay, carpal tunnel. So carpal tunnel, you can take the wrist one and you can put it right around your wrist, and you can run the frequencies for carpal tunnel through it. And now I'm talking about the PEMF, or I'm sorry, the cold laser. The cold laser wrist, you can run the frequencies for carpal tunnel through it. There again, you can try the PEMFs. Some people just respond different to one or the other, and you can take that wand with the BN point, the BN part of it right on the wrist area again, and run some frequencies for carpal tunnel. I have carpal tunnel. I've been using the laser for the carpal tunnel, and it definitely helps. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go to the software and just click through. Okay, so here is your presets on your software screen. And the home button that looks like a house, if you just click on that, it's always going to bring you back to this first page here again. So now we can go to this miscellaneous right here. And it's going to give you these options here for cold laser down here. Cold laser acne, cold laser ear infection. These are preset frequencies that you could use either or of them. So I'm just going to click the cold laser acne. Once again, you don't have to just use that for acne. It can be used for other things too. All right, and then you will go to control and click a generator. So overwrite generator 3. And then it's going to bring it up right here, and it shows that it runs for this 40 seconds, but it's going to continue to run. And then you just hit start. And now your generator that it's on, make sure that you're clicking on the generator that you have your device plugged into. Okay, so that's that. Now we'll go back to presets again. And we're going to go to the home. So we start in the very beginning. We're going to go to shell empty preset. And we're going to choose cold laser. Now we're going to search for a program. So let's search for arthritis. So it's going to give you a zillion things here for arthritis. And then you just pick out what you think would be best. You know, you can always start with arthritis basic. You want to look at your minutes because depending upon if you're going to be holding it on, or if you're going to be strapping it on, if you're going to be, you know, putting it on and sleep for a while, or how long you're going to be doing something. If you're just going to be holding it on something, then you want to choose something that's, you know, not real long. But if you're going to just be relaxing for a while and you don't care how long it runs, then you would choose something else. So here's arthritis of the muscle. That's only 3 minutes. Rheumatoid arthritis is 24 minutes. So let's just choose rheumatoid arthritis. And then you could, if you, let's say you want to do another rheumatoid arthritis, that's 30 minutes more. So you've got 2 different rheumatoid arthritis ones. Or I'm gonna not choose that one. I'm gonna double click on it. We'll take it off, and let's do something else here. Degenerative arthritis. So now we've got rheumatoid arthritis and degenerative arthritis. And we're going to run those. Now we're going to go to, so I have them, when you double click, they go into this loaded programs right here. So I've got those 2 in there. I'm going to go to my control. And I'm going to put these on generator 3 because I'm going to say that that's where my laser is hooked up to. And so now I've got 54 minutes that it's going to be running. And then we just start. And the green light is on, which means that it's running on generator 3. Okay, so now I'll go back and I'll show you one with the PEMF coil. I'm going to go back to the beginning again. We can go to this miscellaneous and cold laser, where's the PEMF? What am I doing? Coil, sorry. All right. It's called eczema, but you can use it for other things. So now we've got that there. And that's going to go into the programs, control. And we're going to put that one on generator 4, overwrite generator 4. Now we've got this eczema 2 running for PEMF. And we just hit start. Okay, and it looks like estimated runtime is 1 hour and 6 minutes. All right, so now we'll choose our own. So we go back to presets again, and we'll go to the home again, and we're gonna do shell empty presets. So now you're gonna create your own, and we're gonna choose the coil, Spooky Coil. All right, and then we're gonna go to programs, and now we're gonna choose something for coil, and we could choose injury. Can be used for so many things, but I'm just picking that right now. So there's that accelerated injury healing, which I really like. And let's say it's on the arm. So you've got an arm in an arm injury. And a bruise with it. Okay, double click. So now we have these 3 right here. Those are the ones that are going to be running. I go to the control, overwrite generator 4. And we've got, these are going to run for 48 minutes. Now this is with the coil. So you would just be, let's say this is an arm injury. You're going to be laying the coil on the arm with the BN side on the skin. And then just hitting start. No, the generator turns green. Shows that it's running on there. Okay, I'll go back to okay, some of the program software ones that I have used. So these are just some of the ones that I have used when I'm doing like this in general tune-up or just helping to feel better on acupuncture points and such. If you just look these up in the search bar, you will come across them. So healing, Schumann resonance, peace, harmony, and feel good overall. Those are some of the ones I've used. You can choose anything, but those are just some that I feel like bring peace and harmony to the body. And anytime you get the body out of fight or flight and into a peace and harmony state, then your body can have so much more easy healing of you know, injury, of tissue, of stress, of organ. Anytime we are in a fight or flight state, our bodies have a very hard time healing. So if we can get our body into a relaxed state, then our body has a easier time healing. So these things will help to put your body into a relaxed state. Okay, I'm going to go back to this again. All right, I will just see if there's any last questions here. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, these are just 2 devices. First, then a customized program. Okay, someone wants to know, do you do the basics first and then a customized program? It's totally up to you. I usually just use a customized program. But it's totally up to you what you want to do. It's just, you know, it's just options once again, but I usually use a customized program. If you run the PEMF for injury, for brain concussion, where would you place the coil? Oh, I always get a little nervous about directing people with things like cancer and something with the brain on the head. But I would say I would place it like where your shoulder kind of meets your neck there for the PEMF. All that tension in that area where your shoulder kind of meets your neck definitely is going to lead to more inflammation up in your head. And you've already got inflammation up in your head when you've got brain concussion. Okay, I'm not sure why the DH experimental does not show up on your latest software. That is, it showed up in my software. I know you can download it separately, And I am not sure why, but I think if you go into customer service and you send them a message, they will let you know that. Okay. Okay, how to use for treat macular degeneration with these? I would, if you've got a spooky setup for macular degeneration, once again, you can't put, if you're using spooky, you can't put TENS pads above the shoulders. So you would just put the TENS pads and use macular degeneration. And also if you were using the PEMF, you could use the PEMF on your shoulders, right where your neck and shoulders are. You're not going to want to put those lasers by your eyes for sure. For sleep issues, you could put the PEMF, just put it on your abdomen. That's just kind of a central spot that, once again, you've got that meridian that runs right down the front of your body. And there's some points like below the belly button, right below the belly button. Just putting the PEMF on there, and if you want to use PEMF, and using some relaxation, if you look up in your search bar like relaxation sleep and put some frequencies on there, it's very relaxing. I was using it on my abdomen for some abdominal things, and it was just really relaxing, helped me sleep really well. Okay, I think that's a bit about it for the questions. Okay. So thank you for joining this webinar. I hope that I was able to show you how easy it is to use the PEMF and the laser device that comes with your Spooky2 equipment. It's like I said, it's just, the Spooky2 has so much to offer as far as the Rife frequencies. And this is just another addition to be able to use the equipment in another way to bring healing to tissues and blood cleansing and healing injuries, and so many uses that you can use it for. Pain relief. It's just another means of applying frequencies or applying healing to your body that you can do yourself. So that is it for Spooky2 PEMF and cold laser. And any other questions can be directed. I can try to answer them if I'm able to with my contact information, or you can direct them to the Spooky2 website into their customer service. Thank you so much. Hope everybody's enjoying spring, by the way. We are finally having spring here, so it's been a very long winter, and spring is finally sprung in the last 2 days. Very thankful for that. So thanks for attending. Happy spring, everybody.